Every gardener has that one haunting moment they'll never forget. You walk out in the morning, coffee in hand, expecting to admire your hard work, and instead you find disaster: wilted leaves, chewed stems, plants collapsing like they gave up overnight. It's the kind of gut punch that every kitchen gardener experiences at least once. But here's the truth. Most garden nightmares aren't bad luck. They're just preventable mistakes we learn the hard way. So today, I want to save you from that heartbreak. Let's walk through 5 of the worst kitchen garden nightmares and the simple, proven ways to stop them before they ever strike. The Great Soil Collapse. When your foundation fails, it starts subtle: yellowing leaves here, a stunted tomato there, and before you know it, everything's struggling. The biggest nightmare for any kitchen gardener is discovering that your soil, the very base of your garden, has gone lifeless. This happens after years of overfeeding with synthetic fertilizers or leaving beds bare through winter. The soil structure breaks down, beneficial microbes die off, and water either pools or runs right through without feeding roots. The prevention is simple but powerful. Feed your soil before you feed your plants. Every season, top your beds with a layer of compost and organic matter, not just for nutrients, but to rebuild life below the surface. Rotate your crops, plant nitrogen fixers like peas or beans, and never leave your garden naked over winter. Even a cover crop or a thick mulch layer keeps the ecosystem humming. Healthy soil doesn't collapse, it evolves. The pest invasion. These silent destroyers never sleep. Few things test your patience quite like stepping out one morning to discover every kale leaf turned into lace, or your tomato stems covered in aphids. It's a gardener's nightmare, isn't it? You see, the pest nightmare often sneaks in because of an imbalance. Monocropping, planting too much of one thing, acts like a neon buffet sign for insects. Once they find it, they bring their friends along. It's a party you'd rather not host. So to prevent this, think diversity. Interplant strong-scented herbs like basil, dill or rosemary between your vegetables. Their aromas confuse and deter pests while attracting predatory insects that work for you. It's like having a natural pest control team right in your garden. Keep your plants strong with regular compost teas or seaweed feed. Weak plants scream easy target. And above all, resist the urge to go nuclear with pesticides. They wipe out the good guys along with the bad. A balanced garden is a guarded garden. The water disaster. Too much, too little, too late. Overwatered plants rot quietly from the roots up. Underwatered ones shrivel, slow their growth and produce poor yields. It's one of those mistakes that every gardener makes early on, and sometimes we don't realize it until it's too late. Prevention starts with consistency. Don't water by the clock. Water by the soil. Stick your finger a few inches in. If it's dry, water deeply. If it's damp, leave it alone. Shallow watering is another silent killer. It trains roots to stay near the surface, making plants dependent and fragile. Instead, give fewer, deeper soakings that encourage roots to grow down where moisture lasts. Add mulch to regulate moisture levels and protect against temperature swings. And always check your drainage. A garden that sits in soggy soil is a ticking time bomb. The disease domino. When one plant infects them all. Diseases are honestly the stuff of true gardener nightmares. Just one infected tomato or cucumber can, well, wipe out an entire bed if you're not paying attention. It's heartbreaking, but here's the truth. Most plant diseases thrive on 3 things: poor airflow, constant moisture on leaves, and overcrowding. The fix is really all about prevention and observation. Give your plants room to breathe. Prune out excess foliage so air can move freely between leaves. Water early in the day so moisture evaporates before nightfall. And, when you do spot something suspicious, yellow spots, powdery patches, or wilting, act fast. Remove the infected parts, disinfect your tools, and don't compost diseased material. Build resilience before trouble strikes by adding compost regularly, which, boosts the plant's immune response. Strong soil equals strong plants, and strong plants rarely get sick. The neglect trap. When busyness kills your rhythm, every garden has a breaking point. That moment in midsummer when life gets hectic and the garden slips to the bottom of your list. You skip watering just for a day, forget to harvest, or let weeds take over. Before you know it, pests and disease find their opening, and what was thriving now looks abandoned. This one hits especially hard because it's preventable with routine. The best prevention is habit. 10 minutes a day beats one long weekend overhaul. Walk through your garden daily, even if you're not harvesting or watering. Observe, notice changes early. Those quick checks are how you spot small issues before they become disasters. And remember, nature rewards consistency more than perfection. A slightly messy but well-loved garden will, more often than not, outperform a picture-perfect one that's ignored. If you look closely, there's a common thread in every one of these garden horror stories: imbalance. Whether it's soil life, moisture, plant spacing, or just plain attention, everything in the garden really thrives on balance. The healthiest kitchen gardens aren't the ones that look perfect. They're the ones that function like living systems. Each plant, insect, and handful of soil, they all work together in rhythm. Your job isn't to control that system, it's to guide it. So when you feel overwhelmed by pests or weather or, time, just remember that prevention always starts small. Add compost, watch your watering, mix your plants, keep the soil covered, and check in often. That's the heartbeat of a thriving garden. Every gardener faces nightmares. What separates the successful ones is how quickly they learn from them. The good news? You're learning now. Before the damage hits, protect your soil, nurture your ecosystem, and, trust the process. The garden will reward you with more than just food. It'll reward you with resilience. If this helped you avoid a few garden disasters, go ahead and subscribe to Gentle Herb Gardening and share this with someone whose garden could use a little extra luck this season. Because a well-prepared gardener doesn't fear nightmares, they prevent them.